Hallå och välkomna tillbaka till If My Heart Had Wings. Idag så ska vi fira alla tedrickares förbund, säger jag och tar min klonk av te. Åh jävlar. Får jag nästan hjärtattack av att dricka. Hej och välkommen tillbaka i alla fall. Vi befinner oss idag i ett garage. Jag vet inte varför. Hej Kotori. I didn't hear anything. Even if you ask me what I didn't hear, I won't answer. I know what I heard. But what I didn't hear is the sound of silence, because it's impossible to hear the sound of silence. Or is it? Maybe it's just your mind playing tricks with you again, and I don't know what I'm talking about, so therefore I'm gonna be quiet now. Is that so? Going against what our teacher had said, Cotter and I dropped by the Soaring Club garage. We're the gangsters of this school. Because I run this school. You better watch out. Yeah? You don't know my name, huh? Well, you better know my name. You better remember me. Remember my name, man. Because because it had been raining all day today. The humidity in the garage was stifling kanske det står. While we were sitting down in front of the air conditioner and eating lunch, we opened up the textbooks for the subjects for tomorrow's exams. Damn that Mabo. The matter that Masatsugu had let slip just now really was something that happened when we were kids. I think that Himari had probably forgotten all about it. Even if she did remember, it could be slightly embarrassing, but these kinds of memories wouldn't make us feel uncomfortable or anything. It was when we still didn't really understand the difference between boys and girls. You could call it that youthful silliness. That's why I don't think it had any special meaning. Senpai, how was the exam? I didn't take it. Huh? That's right, she was deliberately dropping credits. If she took the test like everyone else, she's so smart that she'd be at the top of the class without even trying. But by the way, Senpai wasn't hungry today for a change, so it seems the lunchbox I brought for her will go to waste. I'll put it in the fridge so she can eat it later when she gets hungry. We can... Huh? It's about Himari-san. What? I thought you didn't hear anything. Kotaro continued, ignoring my sarcasm. You were talking with her in the hallway, right? Did she say something? Oh, no, not really. She said that she has something to do, so she's going home. Don't you think that Himari-san is avoiding us? She's not coming here either. Since Himari said that she was going to focus on the robotics club, she hadn't come to the garage even once. Well, club activities are suspended during the exams. Isn't it weirder that we're actually coming here? I wonder. Hey, it's that thing after all. Yeah? It was actually bothering me a little, so yesterday I talked about it with someone I knew from the robotics club. I asked about the situation on the day Himari was summoned. Okay. Jag trodde de skulle göra en flashback till när han berättade bara, you asked her out. Ja, det hände för 5 minuter sedan. At that time, Himari said it was decided that her team would enter the contest. However, considering the news, her expression was too gloomy. I wondered if they didn't tell her something more. Could it be that being in 2 clubs at the same time was putting her in a difficult position? That's what I was worried about, but from what I heard, there were hardly any complaints from the other club members. They said that there weren't many people in the robotics club who were as enthusiastic as her. Even so, the advisor to the robotics club was Tobioka Kujira-sensei. I heard rumors about him when we were looking for members for our club. Apparently had a grudge against Amane-senpai and was said that he saw the Soaring Club as enemies. The credibility of the rumor itself wasn't certain. It seems that when Himari was summoned that day, Tobioka-sensei told her this. Holding positions in 2 clubs at once is not allowed. You must quit one of them. She might not come here anymore. Clatter. All I hear is clatter. Staring at the drawing board, Amane-senpai dropped her pen. I'm sorry. Apologizing to no one in particular, she picked up the pen again. Senpai had also been acting a little strangely since Himari stopped coming. She's been fidgety and seemed restless. Himari said this would last until the local qualifiers for the robotics contest. It sucks that this production of the main race has been slowed down. But let's wait until then. But if she's thinking about quitting, then I want her to tell us soon. We'll have to search for another member again. While she listlessly poked at her omelette, Kotori voiced her complaints. Okej. Och jävlar, så här rotsommat har vi nog aldrig sett det här stället förut, eller? What are you doing here? Suddenly a man's deep voice resounded inside the garage. We looked at the entrance in surprise and saw a middle-aged man standing there. From the open door, humidity and the sound of rain violently hitting the ground came inside the garage. Gah, that guy. Speak of the devil. It was the robotics club advisor, Tobioka Kujira-sensei. We're in the middle of the exams. Don't you know that club activities are forbidden? We know. That's why we're not doing club activities. What? Hey, don't lunge at him. But it's really irritating. Sign language? We're eating our lunch and studying for tomorrow's exams. Tobioka-sensei glared straight at me. He looked like he would never believe the words of a student. But I wasn't lying. I just transferred here, so there are many things I don't know in the specialist subject. Mochizuka-senpai was teaching me. Kotori also wasn't too great with these subjects, so we had a valid reason to study for exams right here. Of course, having air conditioning was another reason. So, you are the new members of the soaring club, huh? It seems he tentatively accepted my explanation and asked another question. Don't take this the wrong way, but you had better give up on such a club. What the fuck? I hate the sky. And the sky is the worst. My worst enemy is the sky. Every time I go outside and look up at the sky, I cringe a little. I lift my fist and say no. Va? Varför gillar ni inte den här klubben för? If you want to be involved in something, you should join the robotics club. Why would you say something like that, sensei? While I was trying to hold Kotori back, I unintentionally let some anger slip into my retort. Though I really was that annoyed. It's a teacher's duty to guide the students. I said the same thing to Himari-san. As I thought, he threatened Himari-san. Pratar de med så här teckenspråk nu, eller va? I won't forgive him. Wait, calm down. Viskar de, eller vad gör de? Det är ju jättesus. That's so sus. Det är väldigt suspicious om de sitter och viskar med varandra, men okej. Kotori looked like she would have charged her wheelchair into Tobioka. Into Takayaki-san if it wasn't for me, holding her back. So, what did she say? That she would think about it for a while. Well, provided that she isn't a complete idiot, there's only one answer. Even so, I'm keeping an eye on her. She's the best among the... Come. She won't quit. She's been working so hard on this after all. That is exactly why. If you're going to get seriously involved in something, it's better to choose something that has a future. Like robots. Not such an aimless club like this. Have you seen the sky? It turns dark once a day. It's useless after all. But robots... I love robots. I want her to build a wife for me. A robot wife. Robotic wife. That can tickle me in just the right places. It can even pour some tea for me as I take a sip. Te är fan grejer alltså. Aimless, you say? We do have an aim. We have a clear objective. Yeah. Tobioka scoffed at our retort. We weren't participating in competitions or making any publications. Perhaps to a teacher like him, it looked like we were just doing this for fun. Well, aren't you? Besides, your efforts are useless already. The Soaring Club will have its status revoked. Huh? Nani? Isn't that right, Mochizuki? Wasn't that the case only if if I was the only member? As you can see, Oikun and Kotori are here too. A promise is a promise. Tobioka forcefully interrupted Amane-senpai's calm explanation. Then, I will have you keep it. He emphasized that, and left the garage, squaring his shoulders. What was that about Amane-senpai? Is it true that the club will have its status revoked? Once Tobioka had left, we both drew closer to Amane-senpai. Did Tobioka-sensei misunderstand the main point of the promise, I wonder? The club losing its status would be more like a side effect of keeping the promise. What was this promise? I'm leaving this summer. What? Leaving? We were dumbfounded, stunned to hear about this so suddenly. But Amane-san, weren't you going to keep staying here? That's what I thought too. I thought she was going to stay here even after we leave. I've already repeated a year more times than the school allows. It's because I received special permission from the school, you know. But in exchange, I had to make some promises. One of them was that I would quit club activities this summer, then graduate the following spring. Quit, then graduate? What about the revocation of the club status? Vänta, vad sa de? Skulle de lämna efter sommaren? Och det är typ midsommar nu. Yeah, I'm leaving this summer. Okay. What about the revocation of the club status? As I just said, that wasn't part of the promise. That's Tobioka-sensei's misunderstanding. I've been doing this by myself for years. No new members were joining. That's why the school was planning to close the soaring club the same year that I leave. Hearing about these things all of a sudden left me slightly confused. You're fine with this? With quitting? It's not a question of whether I like it or not. The school won't allow it, and I also made a promise with my father, you know. The teachers, her father, all these promises she made with adults. I hate adults. Fuck them. I didn't know what all of those people were thinking. But I did know that there were things that will be lost because of them. That's why, before then, Amane-senpai picked up the photo frame that was placed on her desk. The once empty frame now displayed that beautiful photograph of the passage of clouds bathed in the morning sunlight, morning glory. Before then, I want to go to this place. Senpai stared at the photograph as if she were looking at something far, far away. Since everyone came here, I started to think that, just maybe, this time I might be able to reach it. Maybe, this time. Considering all those years Amane-senpai had spent in this garage, her words felt very heavy. Listening to her words beside me, Kotori was quietly biting her lip. Okej. Jag är väl kanske inte riktigt... jag ska inte säga att jag är på helt rätt humör idag för att ta det här allt för seriöst. Men det låter ändå lite intressant. Det låter som att det börjar hända saker liksom i storyn. Så att jag är lite intresserad ändå. Wow, vad fan hände där? Bara flashar till regn och... Jag vet inte om det flashade för er också eller om det bara var att jag hade OBS uppe och så bara bom bom. Oj nej, vänta, vem är det här nu igen? What's the matter? Is Himari here? Hey-chan, she went to the convenience store. I see, thanks. Why didn't you call her? No, it's fine. I want to speak to her face to face. Not mirror to mirror. I mean screen to screen. Am I right, boys? I have to give myself a little reward for studying so hard. And by reward, I mean Häagen-Dazs cookies and cream. Så varför pratar de om Häagen-Dazs hela tiden? Är den här versionen sponsrad av Häagen-Dazs? För de pratar om Häagen-Dazs hela tiden. Jag vet att jag vet en anime där de faktiskt pratar om Häagen-Dazs hela tiden, men annars så jag ska se. Kan man se vilka som är sponsrade? Det kanske finns i staff, vocal staff, artist, director, character design director. Okej, vänta, men jag söker på Hagen. Stavas så jävla konstigt också. Hagen does if my heart had wings. Okej. Vi har börjat sälja lite Häagen-Dazs där jag jobbar nu. Det är dock inte så dyrt som det är i den här versionen. Den här kostar ju liksom 500 för en burk typ eller något sånt där. Jag vet inte, jag minns inte exakt hur mycket det kostade, men det var ju typ 500 per burk. Here I go. Oh, you have something delicious. Cough, cough. Himari, defenselessly stuffing her wide open mouth with ice cream, choked and spit it out right in my face. I choked a little, but I liked it. Oh, oj, don't scare me like that. Eller va? Sorry, you should eat it at home. It would melt, wouldn't it? Oh, jo, säkert, det smälter på en sekund. Besides, eating it outside like this is a luxury, you know. You want a spoonful, oj? Oh, I'll have a little. Okay, say ah. Oh, vadå? Ska han sitta här och prata nu om att vi använder samma sked? Nej. Han kommer säkert sitta och tänka det, jag lovar. Alltså jag lovar, jag satsar. Jag vet inte vad jag satsar, men jag satsar. Stop talking like that, it's embarrassing. That said, I took the spoonful that Himari offered into my mouth. Oh, that's nice. What flavor is this? Hon sa att det var cookies and cream. Lyssnar inte du på vad andra säger till det, eller? Cookies and cream? I guess... Himari-chan's indirect kiss flavor. There's some unnecessary stuff mixed in, but it's great anyway. I'll try buying it next time. You could act at least a little embarrassed. That is all because we're childhood friends. When we were kids, it was normal for us to drink the same juice while passing it around. Right now, getting shy about something like sharing an ice cream would have been more embarrassing. In other words, I was slightly embarrassed, but I played it cool. Okej, jag räknar typ det där som att han kommenterar, fast ändå inte. Jag vet inte. So, what are you doing here? Don't you need to study for tomorrow's exam? I heard from Hotaru that you'd be here. You went all the way to my house? That's creepy, you know. Can we talk for a bit? Sure, go ahead. Oh, jag trodde det var ett UFO först. Nej, de är på den här platsen igen. Det är här allt deep talk händer i, har jag märkt. Det var precis här han var med Kotori också. Okej. Är det då? The rain that continued to pour since this morning had stopped in the evening, and the beautiful starry sky had spread above us. It was humid, but breeze was refreshing. As we walked along the deserted lakeside promenade, I brought up the difficult subject. So, what do you think about ducks? I heard from someone in the robotics club. Tobioka said something to you, didn't he? Oh, this issue... It's nothing. School regulations don't prohibit being in two clubs at the same time. I don't think it's anything to worry about. Even if you say that. It's said that Tobioka had a pretty strong influence amongst the teacher. When that person keeps an eye on you, it's certainly troublesome. Well, I misjudged things a little. Because Amane-senpai is in the soaring club, I thought it would be fine to just sit back and watch. Sit back, watch, and merely help out a little. So that's why you thought it would be alright to be in both clubs, huh? Himari nodded. I never thought she'd be that clumsy, though I like that side of Amane-senpai. It's kinda cute. Tobioka is the advisor of the robotics club, right? If you don't quit the soaring club, you'll have to leave the robotics club, won't you? I guess that's how things might turn out. This is troublesome, even if you told me to choose one. Himari... Huh? Please don't quit. Which one? The soaring club. Figures. Himari looked troubled by me saying this so boldly. Holding on to the railing of the promenade, she leaned towards the lake. On the surface of the lake, that was calm after the rain, countless reflected stars were flickering. Whoa, Jesus! Jump scares again. Hey, do you remember our secret base? Yeah? Question mark? Yeah, I remember. When I lived here before, there was a quiet abandoned building. It was hard to spot, built inside an alley on the outskirts of the Kasami shopping district. Låter som ett ställe där det hänger massa farliga typer, så gå inte dit. We made it our secret base. We gathered there and played together. That sure was fun. Yeah, we took all sorts of toys there and remodeled it in our own convenience. I think that most people must have made the secret bases as kids, but we were proud of our base because it was much bigger, better and generally cooler than others. Wow! Större, bättre och coolare kommer det här avsnittet heta. One day, some bullies from the neighborhood came to overtake our secret base. Större, bättre. Större, bättre och generellt sett coolare. Jag måste skriva ner det där. Annars kommer jag glömma bort det. Större, bättre. Coolare, okej. And we fought together to repel them. This and various other things happened there. Va? Berätta mer. Nej, ni var barn förresten, berätta inte mer. Speaking of which, what happened to that abandoned building? Windy Kasagaura was built on top of it. Va? So that means it was swallowed by the wave of redevelopment. Vänta, va? So what about it? It's very similar. The atmosphere in the Soaring Club garage. Så jag menar, jag antar det. Det är större klubbrum än vad någon annan har. Det är coolare, det är bättre. Generellt sett är det coolare, men it is, now that you mention it. Standing at the back of the school grounds, it feels like it's been forgotten by everyone. Amane-senpai had successive generations of members redecorated it as they saw fit. Unknown things were jumbled and piled up all over the place. It looked very chaotic, and yet you could feel the presence of people who have been there. That's why it's been so much fun lately. Too much fun, actually, to the point where I just completely lost myself in it. But I joined the robotics club because I enjoyed it, and I'm really happy to enter the contest. Yeah. I heard that Himari has inspired the juniors who lacked motivation and helped the construction of their robots to proceed. Alltså vad fan ska de bygga för robot? Ska de bygga en stor jävla Evangelion-aktig jävla mecka liksom? Det liksom det jag ser framför mig. Liksom, their robot. För det är verkligen så här när det står robot i singulars där. She had a responsibility to them too. I also want to do what I can for the sake of the senpais who are no longer able to enter. I'm just that kind of dedicated person. Hur gamla är ni nu igen? Var det den här skolan där man typ gick i 5 år eller någonting? Och de gick i andra klass, tredje klass, jag vet inte. I'm just that kind of dedicated person. So you are... Yeah, I'm planning to quit after the contest. You're fine with that? I asked her for this myself, so saying that might be a little strange. However, she looked like she had still a lingering attachment. Oh, it's fine. I enjoyed building robots, but gliders are fun too, so I can't help it now. Being able to make things alongside Amane-senpai is really motivating, you know. Ja, hon ska lämna så. You think so? Yeah, I do. You should be more impressed too. The impact of our first meeting was so strong that we always considered her an amusing person instead of an amazing person. The truth is, there's one more thing. This was the main issue. It looks like Amane-senpai is going to quit this summer. What the fuck? Today at lunchtime, Tobioka came to the garage. Then I told Himari everything that had happened in the garage at lunchtime. About our exchange with Tobioka-sensei and Amane-senpai's promise. Amane-senpai is going to quit? But she's been the super repeat student for ages. I thought she would continue to... She said it was a promise with the teachers. Amane-senpai is planning to quit this summer. That's... If you don't come back soon, we probably won't make it in time. After the incident that day, Koto and I checked the work schedule. Assuming that Himari would come back as planned, we would just barely make it in time. Hur lång tid? Okay, whatever. Så du har testflight during the summer holiday. När kommer tvillingarna in då? Alltså, vi har fortfarande knappt sett tvillingarna. Not to mention flying to the passage of clouds. Morning Glory heter det. På Steam-sidan i alla fall. I'm sorry. I know that what I'm saying is unreasonable. But I couldn't just keep quiet and tell you about it later. Yeah. I'm well aware that I'm urging her to make a difficult choice. However, telling her when it was too late would only make her feel worse. That's why it was better to talk about it while there was still hope. Help us. Help us, everyone. I see. Amane-senpai is going to quit, huh? Himari muttered quietly, while deep in thought, tapping her chin with a finger. With a finger, I'm tapping her chin. With a finger, she's tapping her chin. She loitered on one lap around the place. She remembered her Häagen-Dazs and ate it. Oh, it's melted. Himari put the emptied ice cream cup on top of the railing, leaned on and looked down. Hey, don't you dare litter! Now it's your turn, Aoi. Mine? To talk about yourself a bit. Well, fine. What is it? I was slightly perplexed by this unexpected turn of events. Himari fixedly looked straight at me, almost to the point of glaring. Aoi, why did you quit crying to the dog cycling? Huh? I couldn't immediately think of any model answers to such an abrupt question. That's because there's no cycling club here. Even if there's no club, you could still continue your hobby, couldn't you? And yet, you don't ride at all. I was at loss for words. Himari looked at me, as if she saw right through me. Is it related to the accident you had during your last race? How do you know? I can check the results of the race on the net, you know. I heard about your race from Anshin and really regretted that I couldn't go and see it myself. You were up on the podium, right? That's why I was always checking the results of your races on the net. That's what Matsatsuchi was talking about before. You might have felt bad about it, that she couldn't see you at your best. You knew about that, didn't you? At that time, I thought it was strange that Himari hadn't asked me anything about my cycling. If she regretted that she couldn't come and watch, I thought she would ask me why I didn't carry on just like she did now. It was written that there was an accident and that you retired from the race. So why did you quit cycling? Tell me, why? Himari, still looking up at me, stepped over a puddle and drew closer without hesitation. I was injured, my knee. That's why I couldn't carry on. Just as I thought. It wasn't just cycling though. She hardly had to ask whether or not that was also the reason why I changed schools. She knew that I didn't want to talk about it, so she didn't ask me. Why didn't you tell me? Because it's lame that I got hurt and came running back home. It isn't lame. Oh, it is. It's nothing but whining. I didn't want to show you guys the pathetic side of me. Oh, you're cool. What? Are you making fun of me? Yeah. Why you? She doesn't know what I felt when I quit cycling, returned home and... But you showed Habanero-san, right? That lame side of yours. Why do you know something like this? I half guessed, but it did tell her after all. Well, that's... I was flustered, and Himari gave me a sidelong glare. Certainly, even I thought it was strange that back then I talked with Kodori about things I hadn't told. Even I thought it was strange that back then I talked with Kodori about things I hadn't told Himari and the others. Long meaning. Oddly enough, that conversation took place right where we were now, because the artist... De orkade inte rita en ny scen. I probably told her because she had suffered a much worse injury than me, lost so much, and felt such a great despair. And then she couldn't bear the weight of this burden and started to break. I wanted to get closer to her, even just a little, so I revealed my weakest side. Okay. I'm really sorry. Pa. I bowed my head with all my might. Huh? I can't hear you, former sportsman Minase Aoi-kun. Oi. I had my reasons. Really, please believe me. She said that she wanted to drop out of school, and I couldn't think of a good way to persuade her to stay. So to make Habanero-san change her mind, you opened up and told her what you didn't even tell me, your best friend? Yeah, that's right. Wait, are we best friends? What? Han har inga andra vänner så. Hey, oi. Yeah, what is it? Are you going out with Habanero-san? Huh? You're always together, so that's how it looks. If you're dating in secret, that would make me feel awkward. I don't like being a third wheel, so I might even quit the soaring club. No, that's definitely not it. Then do you like her? What? What are you talking about? Oh shit. Oh helvete. Hela skärmen skakar ju allting. Jag blir ju fan rädd alltså. Det är ändå roligt att de flesta scenerna som är så här, de här scenerna verkar är så här jävligt bra liksom. De tar plats här. Sen så hoppar vi tillbaka så det blir bara liksom så här lite random slice of life. Men här är liksom just här så är det scener som faktiskt är bra, som faktiskt sticker ut lite grann. Your voice is breaking. Suspicious. If I didn't like her, I wouldn't spend so much time with her. What? Girls and boys can't be friends? I answered back in a childishly defiant way. Vänta, va? Men kan jag få upp den? If I didn't like her, I wouldn't spend so much time with her. Och sen bara, what? Girls and... Vänta, va? But I really didn't see her that way. If that's what you're saying, then you and I are like that too. Actually, there are some people who do mistakenly think that we're dating. So, you and Habanero are just friends, huh? Yeah, just friends. She's your closest friend now, right? I can't deny that. So me being a past friend is already in the past. Best friend is already in the past, huh? When it comes to friend, there is no number one. You don't get it. The fact that you are my number one friend is very special to me. It's always been since we were kids. Ja, men sen har ni inte setts på typ 15 år så... Being number one or not is a big deal, you know. If ever you were a best friend, you definitely would have told me about your injury. Oh, you can say something like this without getting even a little embarrassed. I don't want to hear this from a guy who isn't even a bit embarrassed about an indirect kiss. Could it be that you don't think of me as a girl? Well, it's not that I wasn't flustered. I was just embarrassed to show it, that's all. Could it be that Himura was the same? I'd rather you two were dating, then I would have been your number one friend again. Call it however you like. More importantly, let's talk about the club. I forced a completely sidetracked conversation back to the topic at hand. Okay. Så hennes ögon är så jävla... Jag kanske spelar för mycket You and Me and Her, jag vet inte. Everyone is worried that you're just going to quit if things carry on like this. Habanero's son is angry about it, isn't she? That I've become like this all of a sudden. Well, a little. But she told Tobioka that there's no way you'd quit in a very caustic voice. No way? Really? I wish I heard it myself. Amane-senpai has also been acting weird. She's lost all her vigor since she stopped coming. Even Amane-senpai, huh? That's why, even if it's impossible right now, you definitely have to come back eventually. Yeah, thanks. Himura replied bashfully. Okej. Det var en ganska fin scen också. Har de varit här hela natten nu alltså? The final day of the end of terms exam. Nej, vi tar och avslutar där. Det var fint. Vi tar och avslutar där. Tack för att ni har tittat. Nu ska jag gå och sova. Nu är klockan 20 minuter över 12. Och jag ska nog spela in mer av det här imorgon. För nu kanske jag börjar komma in i det lite grann igen. Vi får se. Tack för att ni har tittat i alla fall. Vi hörs. God natt på er och god jul. Hej då. Imorgon är det fan julafton nu. Klockan är 20 över 12. Ja, det var 23 idag. Rent tekniskt sett. Ja, julafton imorgon. God natt. God jul. Hej då.